And we keep it 100.
But a lot of times we don't give God nothing to bless if we don't put our hands to work.
Come on, bro.
Talk that
Come
talk,
on, bro.
That's that Vanguard talk, man. I be trying to tell him, man.
You and this something, bro.
Super excited for Christian hip hop culture. The thing I love about the KCA is what I'm looking at right now is that I'm seeing growth. I told Marcus, who's the person who put this together, is that Christian hip hop feels like what hip hop felt like in the 90s, where it was indexing way higher than its investment.
And every time somebody said something to me, God said, "This is why I created you. I make no mistakes. I have a plan for your life." And since then, God has been using me one song at a time, one day at a time, 1 year at a time. My name is Gifted Hands.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus and Richard Dorfin.
Yeah, what's going on, good people? It's your boy Marcus Hall, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep it 100. This platform is sponsored by Kingdom Time Entertainment, which is a multimedia production company that specializes in videography, event promotion, artist management, and everything Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We push urban Kingdom culture. And listen, man, I just want to welcome you to another episode. For those of you who are jumping on, please tell a friend that Real Rap 100 is live right now. And we're back with the realness. So yeah, man, episode 39. And we will be chopping it up with a few good people. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the event that's coming up this weekend. And the curator will be on with us. So listen, without no further delay, I want to introduce my co-host, my brother from another mother. I call him the barologist. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for my brother, Richard Dorfin.
Yeah. We here. We live. You already know what time it is, man. Listen, they wanted consistency. We here.
That's
so
right.
Y'all better be here. Y'all better be consistent too. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Y'all better be consistent, being a consistent audience, because we here. We heard the people and we back. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's over here tuning in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What up? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I need to say what up. If you in the chat right now, just go ahead and say where you from. We want to see where
Yeah, man.
everybody's from, and we gonna shout y'all out. You know, in the whole 9 yards, man. Episode
Yeah, man.
39, man. We here. Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir. So yeah, man, as I said, for those of you who are jumping on, please tell a friend to tell a friend that Real Rap 100 is live right now. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be chopping it up and spitting some of that realness. You know what I'm saying? But
No doubt.
before we get into it, let me just touch on a couple of things. We have officially locked in the date for Kingdom Time Entertainment's next event,
Okay.
which will be Melodies and Bars, where Christian hip hop and R&B come together for the ultimate urban worship experience. It's gonna be dope, man. I'm really excited about this one. With the resurgence of Christian R&B, and with CHH, just continuing to do his thing. I think it's gonna be special, to bring the two together officially, and present this dope event. And it's just gonna be so different. We're gonna have a live band. I've already confirmed our headliner for the night. He is already confirmed. I was even on the phone with him up to yesterday. And he's a big deal. It's a big deal, man. It's gonna be a blessing. I know he's gonna bring that worship. Shout out to Al Crunk Bradford out of Houston, Texas, Lakewood Church. Welcome, my brother.
right.
Salute to you. God bless
What's
you, man.
going on? Salute.
Thanks for jumping on. Yep. And also tomorrow we will be announcing the shout out to my wife CC in the building too. Shout out CC. Yeah,
All right.
We will be announcing that the official premiere of the Kingdom Choice Awards replay, which will be premiered on Holy Culture YouTube channel. It's an exclusive premiere. Listen, shout out to my bro Baron Mac.
Baron Mac.
I raised him well. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Nah.
Shout out.
Big shout out.
Mac Media.
Yeah, big shout out to my brother, Baron Mac Media. Did
Killed
an
it.
amazing job. Killed
it.
On the edit. We the whole
it, my
team, we
boy.
got together. We got together on Saturday. You know what I mean? Broke bread. And watched the premiere. And I'm telling you, man, the joint is official. It looks really dope. And we've streamed the KCA once in the COVID era. But this one has been, obviously shot and produced. And to sit there and watch the film, it was a movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a
Without
movie.
doubt.
It was a movie. A great experience. So listen, look out for the official date. It will be next week. It will be premiered exclusively on Holy Culture's YouTube channel. And we're gonna make it a big deal, man. And I'm excited for those who are gonna, jump on to see it, because I know that, especially for those who have never been, I think it will be a great experience for them to actually watch it and see it. And I think it will give them that nudge to say, you know what, we gotta be there next year. You know what I'm saying? God willing. So I did say that we confirmed the date for the Melodies and Bars event. It will be April 25th. I told you I don't do winter events no more. You know what I'm saying? For a number of reasons. So the winter belongs to whoever. It absolutely does not belong to me.
It's wide open.
Messing with
Wide
it.
open.
Wide open. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, April 25th. I will be announcing who I will be collaborating with. And it will be in the Bronx. It will be in the Boogie Down Bronx. So listen, as I said, man, this one's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So just keep your, stay in contact with us. And yeah, we'll keep you updated. But listen, get ready, lock the date in. I'm telling you the date from now. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be. Listen, this is not like a perfect date night. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
With you and wifey, you know what I mean? Y'all go out, be like, sometimes, and I'm shout out to all my ladies. I know
Salute.
a lot of time, not a lot of, I'm not gonna say not a lot, but sometimes there are times where females that showed up, to the hip hop events, but it be for the most part be dudes there, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because even though, shout out to our Christian hip hop wives, our Christian hip hop ladies, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They come through and they support and they show love, but if the truth be told, at their core, you know what I'm saying? Their palette is more catered towards R&B, the vocal stylings, you know what I'm saying? So having that event is the best of both worlds, man. So I'm expecting to see, the ladies represent in numbers for this event, man. That's what I'm expecting, man. I'm looking forward to that.
For sure. All right, man. Well, listen, that's about it for our announcements. So our guest tonight is no stranger to the Christian hip hop movement in New York. Definitely a New York veteran, and a brother who is multi-talented. Not only does he do music, he's a great writer, and he's also a great event curator. His last event that I went to was actually, I think it was his album release, and I was thoroughly impressed by how it was produced, how it was presented, and I actually enjoyed myself. It was dope. The event that is coming up, it's going to be happening this Saturday. All roads leads to Church City, USA for this event right here. Who Wanna Rap Now? Mission Field Enterprises presents. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to give too much details because the curator is here to share that. So let's no further delay. Real Rap 100, give it up for our brother Conquest. What's good, bro?
I'm good. I don't know if you guys can see me at all.
Yeah, we see you.
You see me?
Yeah, we can see you, bro.
Yeah, we see you,
okay,
bro.
Cool. Because I guess on this, I can't see me. I see a black screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah? That's okay, well, we can see you very well.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
Yeah,
how you guys
man.
doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, Marcus and Rich, as you well know, when it's the week of the show, it's a blast. I'll just say that it's a blast.
That's a great answer. It's a blast.
It's a blast.
It's a blast.
That's a good way to put it.
A good way to put it.
I like it.
It's a blast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I think I've been doing great, bro. I would say that this is the second time that we are doing this event this year. And what's funny? I'm thinking so many things right now because it's funny. Marcus just mentioned April 25th. And I was listening to him and I'm like, please don't say April 25th. Please don't say that. And he said it. So I was like, okay, got you. Because there's some other things on the way, but we'll work on that. But
okay,
in the time being, as far as this show is concerned, I would say that getting ready for this has been a much more efficient, a much more triumphant time. Like, not saying like the other one wasn't, but this felt a lot better in terms of the vision for it, what I had in mind, what I was looking forward to, getting the people together, the mission statement behind it, doing it at Church City. It feels a lot more intentional than the last time, and I'm really excited to have a blast with it, and it's going to be great. I'm super excited.
Yeah, your lineup is fire, bro. I was looking at the lineup. Silas Hamilton, I listened to his the Martyr track that he just put out. Well, I don't know if he just put it out, but I just ran into it yesterday.
Yeah.
Dope. Silas is so dope.
I gotta make some announcements. So
Okay,
there's a couple
okay.
of artists that
Mm.
will not be touching the stage. Celis, unfortunately, is one of them, and Alok is the other person.
All right, bro. I want my ticket money back. I ain't. No, I'm joking.
and
I'm joking.
so, well. Let me put it this way. Let's put it this way. And I want to be careful with what I'm about to say because it's not disparaging at all, but it's just. So I've been working with a sister from Church City. Her name is Simone Machette. She's often known on social media as the ultimate social worker. And I remember her.
You're a boss.
Yeah. And so I remember her. I first met her when I did City Fest back in 2024. She was the event curator for that one. And I really love how she carried herself because as an artist, when you're headlining a show, even though you put it together for yourself, you don't want to be doing 5 million things. You want to be zoned in and locked into what your task is as far as delivering the music that you work so hard on to present. So you need other people to delegate tasks and, orchestrate things. So when I was thinking about this particular event, I was like, it's got to be Simone. So once Simone and I got together, we started putting things in place. Right. And I'm saying this in detail because for those who want to put on shows and put events on, I want to give you some background, some knowledge.
The blueprint. Give them
the
the
blueprints. Right. Because I feel like it's important because one of the things that, and I talk about this all the time. I remember having a conversation with Pastor Rich about this. We talk a lot on Zoom nowadays. And our conversations really deal with New York Christian hip hop infrastructure. Right. And New York Christian hip hop professionalism or just artist professionalism, period, right? And so with that being said, if we set parameters in place to make sure that the show is efficient and that people are on the same page and we're all promoting and banding together, you know what I'm saying? That means that if everybody can do that, then let's lock in and do that. And if everybody can't do that, and communicate with us that, hey, that's not possible for them now, then we make the adjustments. Because what would be unfair is to have certain artists on the bill pulling the weight and other people not doing that. Because it's your show too. Because we're providing a platform for artists to be seen and to show their ministry and minister and give their testimonies, right?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, maybe Conquest and Architect are on the bill, but again, there was a time when before 2022, the only thing we looked forward to as far as Christian hip hop events in the city was Kingdom Choice Awards. We didn't have a lot of events. So I knew that I wanted to take it upon myself. I know Adam was another artist from New York. He took it upon himself to start the Adam Group. You know what I'm saying? Right. Kilonda, she does Pray for Hip Hop, also doing events. So we understood that we need more events in this space in our city to serve our city. You know what I'm saying? And it can't just be the KCAs. KCAs obviously is amazing, but it can't just be that. So with that being said, to wrap it up, my thing was, hey, if everybody's going to be locked in, let's all lock in. And if for whatever reason, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing, that maybe you got other commitments or other things going on, then let's save you for the other event where you can be locked in. But for those who are on the bill, everybody needs to be locked in because that's the only way it's going to really work. You know what I'm saying? So that's really where it comes down for that. And plus, with that being said, with Celis and Alok not being part of this, but most likely will be part of the next thing that I'm doing for sure, because they have to be, then it opens up the door for people like your wife, Evie. It opens up the door for people like a Selena from our church, who's going to be worshiping that night. You know what I'm saying?
Making a debut.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So one opportunity that's missed becomes somebody else's opportunity. And I'm always about giving opportunity as long as people want to be developed and discipled.
Right.
Developed and discipled is important, you know? So here we go.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you talking, Conquest, and I say, welcome to my world, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say, welcome to my world. Like, I stopped battling with artists who just don't promote, bro. And, I've had this conversation with numerous people. Me and Doc Watson had a conversation about it, and he was saying the same thing. He's saying, bro, these artists, a lot of them, they just don't promote, bro. They just don't help. And you know, I've had a couple of conversations, like over the years I'm talking about, where, you know, with artists, and I've had artists say, well, I'm not the promoter. I'm the artist. You know what I'm saying? So promotion is your job. You know what I mean?
I've heard that. I've heard that so many times. Like, I remember when we were doing Adam's show, and we had conversations with certain artists that were on the bill, and that was a conversation that came up, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, none of us is Lecrae. None of us, you know. And sometimes you have to listen. It's funny because Marcus introduced me as one of, like, a New York City veteran, right? And I understand why he said that, because I've been doing this for a while. But I know myself to be more than a veteran. I'm a visionary. I'm a lyrical visionary. I'm a songwriting visionary. And now it's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am as an artist through and through. But at the same time, even though I'm confident in my skills and I feel like I could stand next to anyone, you have to take the ego out of it to know, hey, even though I'm very skilled at what I do, I'm still not this guy. I'm still not at this level. I've still not pushed these amount of records. So therefore, I may need to promote. Therefore, I still got to do the things that maybe another artist who may be just as talented, but maybe higher up, doesn't have to do. And I feel like people just need to kind of take the ego out of it. And real quick, I just want to say this because I don't want this to be misconstrued. You know, I feel like, I don't think like a Celeste Hamilton or a Loke didn't necessarily want to promote. I think there were situations where they had a lot of stuff going on, and they communicated to me that, hey, we got a lot of stuff going on. So I was like, all right, cool. So let's set you up for the next event. But just know that going forward, this is how the event's got to be going forward. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want that to be misconstrued that Celis didn't want to promote. Because Celis has done 3 events with me, and he's been solid. A-Loke has been A1. It's just that the situations didn't align this time around. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Yeah. And that's cool. And that's good. Like, I mean, like your approach. Because obviously all of these artists are local artists. So it's easier to have those conversations with, you know, artists who are local, because it applies to them very much. That, again, none of you are Lecrae. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like for me as a promoter, you know, I can't put any of them on a flyer and guarantee that 50 people are going to show up just for them. I can't even guarantee 30 people are going to show up just for them. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just like with our local artists. That also applies to a lot of the artists, you know, who are, say, mid-tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been doing events and stacking lineups for years with big names and still can't pull 750 people. You know what I'm saying? So what that tells me is, and it's not what it tells me, what I know is that in Christian hip hop, especially when it's taking place in New York City, right? Because that's what it is. You have to understand, like, you know, yeah, you can do an event in some small town in Virginia, you know what I'm saying? And throw a Miles Minnick on it, and it's going to be packed out. You know what I'm saying? You can throw a, you know, Indie Tribe or whatever, and it's going to be packed out. New York is a different kind of monster.
It's a different beast.
And they know it. They know it. That's why
everybody knows
it. You know, when they
multiple promoters.
Right. When they come,
multiple promoters,
you know, when they're doing their tours, you look at these artists and you look at their tours and their listings, and you look at their dates. A lot of them, most of them don't have a New York date.
They'll go to Buffalo. They'll go to Buffalo.
Maybe, yeah. And they really, because they know, and whoever's a part of their administration team knows that, hey, New York ain't sweating nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's becoming easier to get artists to come to the KCA, because they know that there's one event that happens in New York where we can get in front of some people. You know what I'm saying? And even that's still a struggle. So, bro, I love your approach as far as being someone who's like doing these events and working with a lot of the local artists, because that's the only way, you're right, that it's really going to work. Because I tell artists all the time, for Kingdom Time Entertainment or KCA, it's a brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have supporters. You got people who, if they see Kingdom Time Entertainment presents, they're going to come because they know the standard of what we do things. They know that we have a track record of doing good events. However, that's support, but artists have fans. You know what I'm saying? And that's, to me, is the difference. I could have a support from people who like just respect Kingdom Time, but it doesn't equate to fans. Like when all right, let's look at like Crystal B, right?
Yeah, sure.
Crystal B is still pretty much on the come up. But she has a support base. You know what I'm saying? She has a support base. So when we did So You Think You Got Bars, she came with a good amount of support.
She had a section.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
She had a section, yeah.
So that's what so now if you get like Crystal B, as Richard Dolphin said, has a section. And then you can get a Loke to pull a section, and you can get Silas to pull a section. I mean, all sections ain't going to be as big, you know what I'm saying? But the numbers add up. But these artists, especially as they begin to grow and develop, they generate a fan base. You know what I'm saying? And that's why with me working with like some of the bigger name artists like a Miles Minnick and, the others, I get frustrated with them. Because I'm saying y'all have massive platforms. You know what I'm saying? And all it takes is a post. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have to pull teeth because you're coming to my city. I'm inviting you. I'm bringing you to my city. You know what I'm saying? The least you can do is post it and promote it. I'm not telling promote it every day because you got your own stuff to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But a couple of posts over a month or two, listen, it would do big things, because guess what? You have a fan base that we can tap into that can make the event more successful, and we can get a better turnout. You know what I'm saying?
I could say this though, and I do want to say this because again, I don't know who's out there listening as far as artists, as far as people that do what we do or want to do what we want, who want to do what we do. So Mission Field Enterprises is the quote-unquote label unto myself as Conquest the artist, right? But when I took 8 years off from music because I was heavy into like arts education and after-school programming and stuff like that, a lot of people don't realize I took 8 years off because I'm always around. But between 2014 and 2023, there was no music. So when I came back out with A Radical Interruption, the motion picture, it was just really important for me to create a platform for myself and not necessarily have to wait for anybody, because I knew what I had. I know what I had in terms of the music. And it's just like, because I know a lot of artists. I think we share relationship with a lot of artists from the city who've literally stopped doing music because they stopped getting booked. And in my head, I was just like, it can't be that. We're in a DIY society. Do it yourself. So it's like, because at the end of the day, the promoter has a job and the artist has a job. And sometimes they align. The promoter's job is to find whoever they think is the greatest artist to work for their theme, for their show. The artist's job is to create the music that they want to create and find the audience. If those things come together, great. If they don't, it's not personal. But I still got to create what I got to create for myself. So when I went to Harvest Field and put that show together, it was intentional, where it's like, I'm going to create. I'm fresh off of seeing Kendrick Lamar in concert in Barclays. I'm fresh off of seeing Lupe Fiasco in Central Park. I'm seeing these live shows, and I'm like, I can do that. I don't necessarily need the biggest budget. I just need an imagination and the Holy Spirit. I can do this. So it's like, I went in there and I found the team. I didn't necessarily need the biggest names. I needed people who were willing, who I respect. You know what I'm saying? Who I love. And we're going to put this event together. Like, Miley Love, got a lot of love at that show, and found herself on a lot of other records and other platforms. because
Yeah.
of that show that I
That was
provided.
my first time. That was my first time seeing her. That's why I was
Exactly.
like, "Who are you?"
Me too.
Fire.
Exactly. And that
Fire.
was, again, intentional because, I try to keep my ear to the streets as far as what that is. So my thing was, okay, I know what I have. I know myself as a live performer. Let me put this together. And then it just became a thing where the first show was so successful. I was like, well, let's do it again. And this time, let's find these other artists, because the thing you said about fan base is important. Artists need, and this is the thing that we try to teach, even with Who Wanna Rap Now. It's like, who's your fan base? Who's coming out to see you? Find out ways to build your fan base, your audience, because if you're just waiting for someone to book you to do a show, you're not really building the fan base like you want to. It helps, but it's like you really have to go out there and get it. You have to put yourself out there. You have to use social media. You have to do those things as opposed to being coddled. And I think that's what it is. I feel like a lot of us, there's an entitlement there where it's just like, it's expected to get to us because we're dope. There's 1,000,001 dope guys out there on the scene. We gotta fix that. And that's why, again, artists from outside don't come here, because there's not enough of a scene where people be like, yo, every time Crystal B does a show, that 20 should turn into 50 into 100. Lecrae said this one thing, and I'm gonna close with this. Lecrae said this, and it encouraged me when I was working on the first show. He said, I think it was the Deep End podcast. He said, listen, if you do a show and 50 people come up, you did good. Turn that 50 into 100. Then turn that 100 to 150 and just build like that. A lot of people are afraid to do a show because they're afraid of people to come out. That's what they're afraid of. At the end of the day, they want something that's already built in. Yo, let me get on Marcus's platform, because people always come out to Marcus's platform, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's just, it's you really have to believe in yourself, and you really gotta want it. And you gotta want it for the artistry aspect. And also, we're still doing ministry. Go out for it and make disciples. You're supposed to be trying to get people to hear your music anyway, with the testimony that you have. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really the heart behind shows like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get that out there so that people can really hear where that comes from. It's not just for I'm not trying to do shows to do shows. I'm trying to create experience.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Really
my heart on that.
Well, it shouldn't be that, because although we call ourselves whatever, promoters or whatever, we're really like visionaries, and we put together these events, as a platform to minister. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's supposed to happen in our space. But again, you said quite a few things. But let me shout out a few people in the chat. Shout out to Boxing Bully in the building. You know what I'm saying? Salute Barack. Shout out to Bronx MC. I see you, King. I see you just got back from the UK, my town. You know what I mean?
Doing big things.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Jared All-Star in the building. And shout out to Tommy Guns. I see you, King. Shout out to Boss Lady Tab in the building as well. Much love to you. But definitely, Quest. I hear what you're saying. And with artists, this is so many complexities with artists. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of artists, they deal with frustrations, for various reasons. You know what I mean? And building a fan base takes work. It also takes talent as well. You know what I'm saying? You have to have talent. And I mean, if you're whack, you're never going to have a fan base. And that's just real rap 100. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hold on a second. Big shout out to Chambliss Nation. Chambliss Nation. I'm rocking one of their shirts right now. They sponsored the KCA. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Listen, if y'all don't know, if you're not onto it, they got some dope gear. You know what I mean? Go on Instagram, follow them. Chambliss Nation. They got some dope apparel, and they are really like representing the kingdom, man, and supporting so many platforms. They supported the Stellas. You know what I'm saying? And then we were so honored and blessed that they reached out to us, KCA, and they sent us a gang of stuff. You know what I mean? So everybody who got VIP bags got apparel, artists, everybody. Big shout out. Much love to y'all, family.
Yo,
Chambliss Nation.
I remember at church, I came to church, I see, yo, everybody, I'm seeing mad shirts, your
Yep.
people, my
Yep.
people, we fam. I'm like, oh, snap. I'm like, yo, it looked like, yo, Church City was straight up chamblissed out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
That's
You know,
fire,
they're a
man. Dope
blessing. They're a
shirts,
blessing.
man. Dope shirts.
Let's support them. You know what I'm saying? Support. You know what I mean? That's another thing. And again, just a sidebar,
That's it.
kind of like what we're talking about here. You know,
It's
in
all
order
in
for us to
alignment.
push what we're doing, right? We have to support, like, even like down to clothing brands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love clothes. Those who know me know that, like, I like clothes, bro. I'll spend money on clothes. It runs in my blood from my grandfather to my father to. I'm telling you, I could put up a picture right now with my grandfather back in the maybe the 50s. Dapper Donned out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in the blood. But yeah, we need to support, you know, our own brands as well. You know what I mean? Remember back in the 90s, you know, hip hop. That was like when we seen a surge of black designers. We had Carl Kanai, Fat Farm, Cross Colors,
Academics.
Yeah,
Academics.
I mean, all of that, and academics came later. I'm talking like, you know what I mean? And but hip hop, these rappers, I don't know, like these black designers were making millions. Wealth was just came into our space, and then all of a sudden rappers started to talk about Versace and Gucci and Moschino. All of these were European designers who initially said, we don't want these black boys wearing our clothes because they're bringing down the value. But then when they saw the amount of money that started to come from these people, oh no, y'all good, we'll rock with y'all. And guess what? That wealth has never returned.
Not to us, but to them.
It has never returned. So now it's about Givenchy and, you know what I'm saying, Dolce Gabbana and, you know, Balenciaga and all of these brands that are not us. So that's why we need to be intentional in supporting, especially, again, this ain't a black and white thing, but I'm talking kingdom now. We have to support our kingdom brands. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy. Just go on the website, see something you like, just like how when you go on another website and just purchase it. You know what I mean? And support. So yeah, go ahead, bro.
And going down to even support from whether you're an artist, and this is for anybody that's, if you're a creative and you have a product or you have a kingdom entrepreneurs, one thing that I would say, man, is this: yo, support like you want to be supported.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Support like you want, because there's been plenty of times, even for me, and this is something that God dealt with me with. There was some times where I got an invite to a show, I ain't feel like going, but you know what? There's gonna be times I'm gonna put on a show. I want somebody to support me. So you know what? I'm gonna go. I can't tell you how many albums I purchased, you know what I'm saying? Or people that I've supported just based off that principle. You know what I mean? Because I remember I was that new artist hoping to get on the platform. Now, as an artist, there's no greater joy for me than to put on another artist. You know what I'm saying? And then also supporting other brands, because one day I might have a clothing line and I want somebody to support me. And I believe if we have that mindset, and that's a kingdom mindset, you know what I mean? That's literally, you know, sowing. You know what you sow, you know, you gonna reap, man. And you want to get love, you sow love.
Yeah,
You know
I love
what I'm
that
saying?
perspective. I love that perspective,
Period.
actually,
You know what I mean?
because even talking, even in light of the show this Saturday, right? The thing I try to do is because I'm phrasing it wrong. The thing I try to do is that their artists, because of their abilities, because of their popularity, you'll find that you'll probably work with those guys a lot. Like a Jared All-Star, you're probably going to work with him a lot, right? Richard Dolphin, a lot. Celis, a lot. A Davina, a lot. Rick Montero, a lot. It's just those guys, right? Range, a lot. And then there's other guys who, again, if you're paying attention, if you love music like I do, if you're watching the scene just like as much as I do, you'll discover those guys who may not get as much attention, but just as dope. Like, again, using Marie Love as an example. Like, I saw Marie Love at another event, Theology. I didn't know who she was. She didn't really have a social media presence, but I saw her that night and I thought she was dope. And my thing is that I'm not necessarily a respecter of persons more than I'm a respecter of the standard. And she set a standard. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, bet. And then she was also high character too, because I
very
know
high
that,
character.
Yeah,
solid.
Yeah, she's a woman of God, bro.
Right. So I think for me, it's not even just about artist development, because I feel like there's a lot of artists that probably need to go through that. Even as quote unquote veterans, we may need to develop certain things. But I also think there's a thing called character development. And that's another reason why I love being at Church City now, because just between both of you guys and everybody listening, obviously, right? Because we all go to Church City. One of the reasons why I joined Church City, and I'm going to circle back to Who Won the Rap now, but the reason why I joined Church City wasn't because it was the quote unquote hip hop church. In fact, I've told this to other people, like if Church City wasn't the quote unquote hip hop church, I still have joined because of the community and the word there, and also my desire to serve. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I had to have long conversations with myself in my private time with God, and was like, yo, if and this is about to be very, very transparent. If Pastor Rich doesn't get behind Conquest stuff like he might get behind another person's stuff who goes to the church with you, will you still serve or will you walk away? Those are the conversations I had to have with myself explicitly. Because again, it's like the thing I was looking forward most of all in joining church is just serving my local community. I was part of a church fellowship before. It was dope. But then COVID hit. A lot of things have changed in my life and I needed a new space. And that's what Church City offered, because I saw the opportunity to serve my fellow brethren, sisterin, all the younger people coming up, because I have a wealth of whatever God gave me and I want to pass it on. I want to replicate. You know what I'm saying? Because I can always, my thing is I can always do Conquest anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I can always appreciate the support, but if I don't get it, I don't need it per se. Like it's not going to hurt my feelings. What's going to hurt my feelings is if I don't serve my local community because I made it about myself. You catch what I'm saying? So with that being the case, circling back to Who Wanna Rap Now, is just like, man, I just want to get these people on this stage. Like, I'm excited to have Architect on that stage and sharing a stage, because Architect has been dope for so long and so much of a minister and an evangelist for so long. I'm glad that CHH is finally catching up to him, because he's been doing this, and I've seen him. I've seen him in the weirdest areas where you don't expect the gospel to be preached, and he's bringing it alongside me. So when So You Think You Got Bars happened, and I heard how he got down there, I wasn't surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because I said to myself, no one knows he freestyles. No one knows this. No one knows.
Not
I
say
can't
nobody.
wait to hear about it.
Richard Dolphin was in the building.
Yeah.
That was Richard Dolphin's like secret dark horse in the whole event. I was like, and I said it, I was like, if he goes off the dome, that round is over.
Yeah.
And he had a moment. He had a moment.
Right.
He had a moment.
Because Architect, myself, and I know Brother Bird did it, but I don't know too many people who can freestyle like us. And so I know Tech has that in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that people can kind of appreciate what he does. And then Crystal B gets a chance. I'm excited to see Evie. I'm super excited. Can we talk about that, Rich? Rich,
you want to talk about
you. What has Evie's preparation been for Saturday, October 18th?
Yo,
I've seen some video. I've seen some things.
Literally, Evelise is performing, is rehearsing right now. Like, she's at rehearsal right now. I had to come from the rehearsal to come to Real Rap 100 because it's that type of dedication and to the craft, and you question though, you probably knew E came up, knew that Evie was rapping before I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We have raps written together that we've never put out.
Yeah.
So
So
I know
for those,
Eve, how
so
you
this is not a thing where Evie decided, like, you know what? Since everybody's rapping now,
it's
let
not
me
that.
go ahead and give it a try.
No,
that is not the case. She's always been writing. She's always had a pen. She was also done spoken word. She was a worship leader at her old church, and she's a worship leader at this. So music is definitely nothing foreign. The first time I saw her was on stage.
Right.
The first time we met, she was on stage, and I was like, oh, she fire and she look cute. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't stunned her. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. So this is for me, I'm excited because this is the opportunity. And again, this is somebody that is like yourself, Quest, very multifaceted, multi-talented, and she's done a lot of things in ministry. She was the executive director for the Kingdom Choice Awards. You know what I mean? And she's an executive. Yeah, she's an executive in her own professional career.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
For a very prestigious corporate company. And now it's just like she's, with everything that she's done serving in ministry, but this aspect, she's kind of like put off to the back burner. But I know we be in the crib. Sometimes we get arguments because, you know me, I'm an artist all day, every day. I'm bumping beats in the car. And then she starts over here freestyling. And I'm like, I changed the beat. She's like, yo, why you change the beat for? Yo, every time I'm trying to
love this.
You over it. This is the argument that y'all don't see. She pressing me. And I'm like, yo, and that's the thing. Every time I'm starting to cook. And I remember there was one time, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna, get back to you, Quest. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't know. You know what I mean? I remember I'm in my car. I play beats 24/7, nonstop. I'm freestyle. I'm always active. You know what I mean? I'm always active. And I remember one time I had a playlist full of beats that I probably thinking about, like, should I use these? I got from different producers.
Right.
So I was like, I'm playing this stuff so she can hear to tell me whether she likes it or not. Yo, a lot of those tracks she done took. You know what I'm saying? She done took the whole ride to Long Island. She done created her own hooks on them things. Like in the car, I'm like, yo. And I was just like, nah. That showed me that, you're an artist. You know what I mean? Because artists do that when you could go ahead and she's crafting hooks. No pen, no paper, but she's giving you hooks. And there goes another joint, another hook, another melody, another hook. And I'm like, yo, you're a machine here. You know what I'm saying? You done freestyle the EP over here. You know
and Rich, what's crazy about it is that in our church, right? Because, I've gotten a chance to get to know people in there, and obviously people I've already been familiar with, but some new ones. And it's like there's so much talent in there. It's like contagious. Like I was put on to a young lady. I'm not gonna blow her up, but she made a post, right? Well, I don't remember the name, but I still don't want to blow her up yet. Not yet.
Okay.
So she put a post up, right, on her Instagram. I guess she has a podcast. She's one of the younger. She might be in her 20s. She was one of the the young people in our church. And she said, yo, I don't really like rap like that, but I tried writing a rap and I'm going to recite it. And when she recited this thing, she's got multi-syllabic rhyme patterns. She's got double entendres. She's using inflection. She's going in and out of pockets. And I'm there like, you say you don't like rap. I actually put a comment that's like, for someone who don't like rap, you rap pretty well. And she's there, and she's one of the quietest girls in our church. And it just makes me think, like, who else is in here that's like this? And who needs that type of development? Who's the next journalist who's in here? Who's the next event curator in here?
That's
you know what I'm
about.
saying? You get me?
That's
so
it's about.
like, yo, I'm trying to unearth and build these people up because we can't do this forever. This needs to continue. It needs to develop. You know what I'm saying? So that's
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. You said some key things, man. And I like your mindset, Quest, as far as like what you was talking about, like with Church City, being a member of Church City, and your attitude towards that. You know what I'm saying? Not going there with an agenda of, well, it's the hip hop church, or you're expecting a certain level of support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a good mindset to have, because if you don't have that mindset, you'll end up hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or you can end up hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be nobody's fault. It wouldn't be the pastor's fault. It wouldn't be the church's fault. It would really be yours. You know what I'm saying? Because you went in there with an expectation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing I've learned over the years is like, you really have to build what you're building. You know what I'm saying? And let it, authentically, because you can't build something based on a certain support from an entity, whether it be a church or, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because then your success is dependent upon that. You know what I'm saying?
And you're not gonna like what you're doing also. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be
you'll fall out of love.
Yeah.
You'll lose your passion for what you're doing, because now it's like, yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm dependent on the support from, you know what I'm saying? Where when you can build a team, one thing, of people who genuinely are committed to whatever God has given you to do, you know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, yes, whatever support you get from your local church, that's always a blessing. Because I can say, like, Church City has been a blessing to me, to the KCA, and to things that I've done, over the last few years that I've been there. You know what I'm saying? It's been a huge blessing. You know what I mean? And even just like getting to know, members there and knowing some of the communities, like even this year, there was like people who just jumped on and was like, yo, we want to come serve. You know what I'm saying? And there is a culture of servitude in Church City. You know what I'm saying? And wherever we are, we're called to serve. You know what I'm saying? Like, we serve in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? You can serve in your local church. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways that you serve, like, whether it be your community or just people in general. You know what I'm saying? So I love that mindset. And it's dope that you've, come into the church with that mindset, because then you're protected. You know what I'm saying? Your heart is guarded. Your heart is protected. You know what I'm saying? And it's good because it's protected because you've come into it with the right mindset.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think too, again, I've been in this for a while, and I think that, once I started putting out music back in like the first real professional recording I dropped in 2003, believe it or not, right? And then I discovered that there was a scene here, and I started running into the Richie Righteouses, the Corey Rez, the Todd Banks, all those guys, and I started working my way up. I don't think I've ever said this publicly, but I think that part of the frustrations I had early on probably just came from the fact that, I think everybody wants to be accepted and feel like they're valued as part of a community. It's like, man, we appreciate what you do for us. We appreciate how you are looked at in the kingdom and stuff like that. And I don't know if I articulated that as well as I could have at the time, but I knew that's what it was, especially when you got the secular side of things where I used to perform, and I'm getting so much love and I'm getting so much recognition and so much like respect, and not only as an artist, but also as a Christian. Like, I've literally walked into rooms and people stop cursing because I'm there. It's like, oh, it's Conquest, man. Don't do it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't just respect me as a rapper, but they respected me as a man of God. So sometimes walking back in my own community, sometimes I felt like, man, I don't know if I feel is appreciated enough. And those are things I had to work through and pray through. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, it's the type of thing that will snuff your gift and snuff your joy. Because at the end of the day, I love making music, and I don't want to feel a way. And also, you don't want to force love, and you don't want You don't want people to support you because they feel obligated to. You just want them to be on point because you know the music is good and the messaging is good.
Yeah.
That's and I think from 2011 onwards, that's where my mindset. I had to make a decision. I got to a crossroads. Like, I wasn't trying to quit or anything, but I realized that, the feeling wasn't the same. You know how it is, Rich. You write your first rap, you realize you're good at what you're doing, and it's exciting. You can't wait to go to the next one and do the next one. And then you get invited to do stuff. But along the way, you put these expectations on yourself, or you feel like, man, I should be looked at like this other person is looking at me. And as a rapper, hip hop is already competitive by nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
and then your pride, your ego,
yes.
and you know what I'm saying? You can get very, it can be a hard check. Because you have expectations that you feel people to receive your music. And you have expectations. It's like expectations that you want your music to be well, to receive well. And you got expectations on the people to receive it a particular way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially other rappers. It's no different from basketball players. Like you talk to a Tracy McGrady, you talk to a Jason Tatum. Who do they want to get love from and respect from? Other ball players. The Kobe's, the Jordans. You know what I'm saying? The
LeBrons,
the LeBrons, exactly. Because that's a cosign like, I'm really doing it. If he like what I'm doing, then I must be doing it right. But I do believe, as believers who have a gifting and know their identity in Christ, that you can't always depend on that. Like, you have to be well studied and know it for yourself. And that's the place I had to get to, where it's just like, of course I appreciate the love and the appreciation, but you got to know who you are. It's like the song that I dropped the video for today, which we'll probably talk about. The reason why I wrote the Imitation Game the way that I did, and it has now 3 versions, is because I need people to understand that they are really one of a kind. That God designed them specifically
one of a kind,
to be a genius,
copy.
not a copy, right? We feel like if we need to copy everybody else or everything else, that's what success looks like. But do you not believe in what God gave you? Do you not believe in your own source? Why do you need validation from man to tell you that your source is good when God showed you that your source was good, that you worked hard and you studied and you worked on it, and it's not just in your head? So it's those things I feel like made me arrive in the place where I'm at now. And now I can walk into a church city with a mindset where it's like, I'm here to serve, I'm here to impart. If I get blessed, awesome. If it looks different for the other person, it's fine. I'm confident in what I bring to the table. You know,
that's growth. And that's growth.
But we have to be honest as well. Like, there is a validation that comes from, the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fans and supporters and, those people who hear your music and love it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they're like, okay, we buying the album, or we going to the show, or we reposting this. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, if I do an event, right?
Right.
And the next day no one's talking about it, it kind of tells me like, okay, you didn't do that good of a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You didn't do that good of a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I where did I go wrong, or what didn't I do right? You know what I'm saying? And if I do another event and nobody comes or nobody's talking about it, and then I do another event and it's the same thing, then I have to do some introspection and say, okay, what am I doing that's not working? You know what I'm saying? Because some of that validation, especially like for artists or creators, you know what I'm saying, it comes from people. That's why if I create something and I'll send it, like whether it's artwork or a video, I'll send it to somebody. It's like, you can ask Rich, like if I create something like a template for like a case study, I'll send it to the team and say, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Because that's the first step of validation for me. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, if Rich is saying, yo, that's fire. Evie's saying, yo, that's fire. And one thing with me, I don't surround myself with yes people, bro. They can tell
And
you.
that's the
You
point.
know what I'm saying?
That's
Right.
That's important. Right.
Because a lot of
Absolutely.
people, they surround themselves with a bunch of people who will not tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Who will not say to them, this is trash. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what
They
are you
won't
doing?
say it. Brothers, they'll be like, yo, that's dope. That's fire. Yo, you killed it. Or pick one good line that you did. And focus, yo, that joint hit. But they're not being honest.
And you know, even as a creative, it's important to like what you guys said true. Like you do want that validation. If I send Marcus a record, I want him to be like, yo, I need those fire emojis. If he don't send those fire emojis, because I feel like I got something. But then also too, I've realized even when you don't get the response that you desire, do you believe in what you said, even if I
Right.
don't get those fire emojis? Because there's been
Right.
times where even I would play some stuff maybe for Evie. I'd be like, yo, what you think? And she'd be like, it's cool. It's cool.
Right.
What you mean it's cool? This is my joy. What you mean
Right.
it's cool?
But Rich,
You know what I'm saying?
here's a funny thing about this, and I find that this type of conversation comes up with the "so you think you got bars" competitions a lot, and I love hip hop. I feel like I'm well studied in it, and here's the thing.
You definitely are.
I know there's been a lot of controversy as far as the last couple of winners have been. Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a buck.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Oh, definitely. We talked about it.
Right.
All the time.
But
We argue about
part
it
of
all.
that- But part of that is preference in certain styles of hip hop that people enjoy.
Everybody got a different palette.
Exactly. There are people from New York who is like, yo, my diet for hip hop is Jadakiss, Nas, The Lox, Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher,
Ransom,
CNN, Mobb Deep, Ransom. These are the guys I listen to. They don't listen to Andre 3K. They don't listen to Scarface. They don't listen to Kendrick. They don't listen to Slug. They don't listen to MF Doom. Right? Doesn't mean that the other members of the people who I just called aren't dope. It's just that they're not into that. And that's where the understanding who you are and what your identity means. Because again, with Architect and A-Loke, and I know it came down to those two people, right? I know A-Loke had them bars, that flow, that New York swag, that sauce, whatever. Architect was super cerebral, had the wordplay, the punchline, the double entendres, all these things. People admired that stuff. Other people called it word salad. I heard all types of opinions, but does it take away from what Architect does? Again, there's people who probably thought that what Architect was doing, whether he should have won or not, was word salad. And there was Sister Karen. Sister Karen literally quoted a line from Architect verbatim in the car that moved her. You see the two different perspectives? You get me? So it's
Karen,
like
a mother in the church.
Right.
Much like a mother in the church, y'all.
Right.
Put it
Who
in
you were not
context.
expecting to be listening that hard. Or
Big
at
Ma.
all. Right. You know what I'm saying? So again,
Right.
it comes back to, of course you want different perspectives. You don't want a bunch of yes men around you. But again, if you study your craft enough, if you do a song that maybe Marcus gives 1,000,000 fire emojis to, or no fire emojis to, but you know it's that song, it may not be Marcus's taste, but it could be someone else's taste too, and that's the balance we need to find.
Yeah, and that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And I think like whatever, it's like, you know, you got someone who like say Talib Kweli. You know what I'm saying? A rapper like him. And then you got like another kind of dude like give me a name.
Common.
Like Common. Or or say a J. Cole. You know what I'm saying?
J. Cole,
They're totally different, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're different, but they're doing great in their lanes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my point. It's like, it don't matter what you're doing. Just do it dope. You know what I'm saying? Just do it great. You know what I mean? So it's like, it is a preference. Like there's certain, all right, I'll give you an example. One year, Ha Gazelle, right?
Ha Gazelle, yeah.
Yeah, his album got nominated. And I wasn't really like, I didn't familiar with him. And I listened to the album and his name kept coming in for other stuff. And I was like, what's the big deal? Like, I wasn't crazy about the album at all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But obviously, there were
Everybody
people who was like, yo, this is
campaigning for
fire.
him heavy.
And it was coming in hard. So it wasn't for me to be like, well, because I don't like it, I don't want it to be nominated. That's why we have a nomination committee, because again, it was a matter of preference. I personally wasn't crazy about him, and I just couldn't understand what the big deal was. But a lot of other people were like, yo, the dude's fire. We love him. And hey, we rocking with him.
A lot of people stand Aha Gazelle, man. A lot of people stand that guy. You know?
Yeah, so to your point, you're right. You know what I'm saying? It's like this preference. You know what I'm saying? Some people will love your style. Some people will love another style. My thing is this: whatever style you got, do it well. You know what I'm saying? Because the validation will come. You know what I'm saying? God has already validated us. You know what I'm saying? We're already validated just by what Christ did on the cross. You know what I'm saying? But you know, this music thing, this art thing, it's a lot to deal with. And I'm glad I'm not an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad, because you guys have a lot to deal with. But you know, back to this event real quick. I mean, we've kind of touched on it a lot. I do encourage everybody to come out. You know, I am doing my best to get there. I have a video shoot on Saturday. But I'm trying to juggle it so I can pull up. Hopefully we'll have a smooth shoot. And I'll get back from the city.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun
in time. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Even though I was looking forward to seeing Cellis Hamilton.
Yeah, he's so definitely good. He's so good.
He's dope. He's dope. Like sometimes I'll be like, yo, Cellis, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But I just think he should be the he's a dope performer.
Yeah.
And he just appears to be solid in the faith as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he's no joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll be at my album release concert. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He'll be there for that.
Yeah, man. I'm actually might hit him up about a situation as well, because it's so like kind of in the shadows at times though. I honestly forget that he lives in New York, bro. He's still here, right? He still lives in New York, right?
He still lives in New York for sure. Him and his wife. Shout out to Denya. Yeah. He's just very active, man, and he's doing so many things outside of rap, like the Purity conference he just did, which I wanted to attend, but I got sick. But yeah, he's doing a lot of things. He is exercising every part of his evangelical powers. That's pretty much what it is, you know. But yeah, this show is coming. And speaking of powers, man, I don't know if y'all heard, man, but we, you know, new music dropped today that we're gonna look forward to perform that night. You know what I'm saying? Dropped a little long form video today.
Come on, 9 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
The mini movie.
Yeah,
definitely go ahead and make sure y'all cop.
Yeah. Shout out to Tish Tunes. Shout out to Cellis again. Shout out to Architect on it. And shout out to my man Joshua Fillmore of Paradigms, the deathcore band known as Paradigms, Christian band. I have a funny story to tell when it comes to that song. And actually, Josh, so here's a funny story, right? So with this album, a lot of the music I'm working on is with that band. And we have a song together called Extraction. I have a solo version coming out in January. But we have the one that has done really great on YouTube, like near 100,000 of streams at this point. It's my biggest song and it's their biggest song together. So it's the song we have together. So we perform.
I'm sorry, what song is that, Quest?
It's a song called Extraction, right? Extraction, Paradigms, and Conquest. So we performed at this place called The Meadow, right, in Brooklyn. And we were opening up for this legendary metal band called Oceano. They were on their farewell tour, and it was a sold-out show. It was packed, wall to wall, insane, biggest show we've ever done. So they play their show, and I come on stage to do Extraction with them as part of the set. So we got up there, we did our thing, amazing. people asking about us because they've never, it's bad enough they've never seen a Christian metal band. Now they got the Christian rapper with the metal band, so it's like a mind-blowing thing.
What is this?
Right?
What is
like,
Jesus
what is going
doing?
on? Right? and we opened the show, mind you. Right? And so we kill it. And so now we're sitting back, we're kicking it back, we're waiting for the main show. And then there's a band that comes on right after us, and they're known as Crucifixion. Now, mind you, it's not crucifixion spelled the normal way. It's crucifixion, as in non-fiction, as in fictional. Right? I'm setting the stage right now. And then my man got on stage. He's shirtless. He's walking around. He got a Bible in his hand. You can only imagine what's about to happen. So we're all there watching. And then he starts, I won't get too specific just for the sake of the channel, but he starts really desecrating the Bible on stage. Like hardcore. Like ripping it to shreds, rubbing it on himself, throwing it. Yeah, he goes crazy. And he's saying some choice words to about Christianity and Jesus. He's doing the thing. So, and we're standing there, we're watching. And the thing I'm sad about is that because I didn't get angry, I felt sad for him, and I kind of wished that I had a chance to talk to him because I would wanted to know like how did you arrive at this place in your life to go here? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, and it's just so funny that right after the Christian band, you put the Antichrist band right after us. But that's how it is. That's like, and it's funny. I've gone to a lot of rock shows in my life, but the energy felt very different when they hit that stage. Like, sometimes rock music has this demonic connotation to it.
Yeah.
I definitely felt it then. I was like, ooh, this feels uncomfortable. Just watching everything. But it's times like that where I'm like, yo, man, I'm so excited about putting this album out that's coming, where this video is from, because I really just want to challenge the confines of music. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking these two genres I love and smashing them together. And I'm just like, yo, let's do something different where people won't expect it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like secular people always seem to be the creative ones, the groundbreaking ones. And so I feel like, yo, let's challenge the status quo, especially when you're seeing stuff like that on stage. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that honestly puts more fuel behind my wings to keep going. So
what is that? What is it you're actually infusing? Like, is it hip hop and rock?
So it's definitely a hip hop album for sure. But my favorite styles of music is hip hop and all types of rock, which could be metal, synth pop, all those things. And I feel like put it to you this way, Marcus. It's no different from how a Tribe Called Quest and Gangstar use jazz and put hip hop in there. It's no different. And rock and hip hop have always been synonymous with each other. Jay-Z, Linkin Park, Aerosmith, Run DMC, Anthrax, Public Enemy. So I'm just following tradition in that way, but I'm doing it my own way. Like, to me, A Radical Interruption, the original soundtrack, is the album I've always wanted to make. Because there's always been a little rock vibe here and there, but I never leaned into it heavier than I am going to be on this project. And I feel like the way that we did the Imitation Game remix, which is a song that everybody loves, and the way we flipped it and added those little elements is kind of like a foreshadowing of what's to come. And I'm really excited about what it is, because I feel like it's going to sound different from what everybody else is doing, which is always the point. But I feel like it's still accessible to people, because it's not, because when people hear rock music, they think one style of thing, but rock has so many like layers to it. There's so many styles of it, and I'm just going to explore them all because I love them all. And I have a unique story to tell on the album as well, because I've gone through a lot over the last 2 years, which I'll talk about at another time.
Dope.
But there's a heavy message I'm coming through with, man, and I'm super excited. So I'm glad the video is out. It's funny. Shout out to Range the artist. He's in it. It's hilarious. The video is hysterical. It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it as soon as I get off of it.
It's madness.
Shout out to my bro Bronx MC.
Yeah, Bronx MC.
Danny Love on them joint.
Zaire's in there. It's hilarious.
Quest, let me ask you something. What number album would this be?
This will be album 8.
8 off. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
did more than that, but that's not you're not include. That's like albums, not mixtapes and everything else, right?
Yeah, if we include
albums.
mixtapes, now we're
Like
looking
projects,
at
all in all.
maybe 13 or
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
there's 4 mixtapes, and Who Wanna Rap Now is a mixtape I dropped this year, so that's like 5. So 5 mixtapes, 8 albums by next year, and maybe an EP or 2. I've lost track at this point. That's a good question. We'll look it up.
That's it. That's it.
So
Put some
let me ask
respect
you
on
this
the discography, yo. Respect the catalog, man.
Let me ask you this question: like, with the music,
Sure.
do you have any kind of projected date or time when you say, you know what, I'm going to wrap it up then, or do you just plan to do it till the wheels fall off?
That's funny. I was just thinking about that today. That's funny you asked that. I feel this is the best way I can answer this. I feel right now, especially with the Radical albums like Radical Departure, Radical Thinking 2819, and now this last one, I feel those albums are some of the best music I've made. And I know that this one's going to top all of them. I know it. I know it. Like the way this is being designed and put together. Because again, this is the album I've always wanted to make. And that's why it's taking me so long, because I'm putting it together very intentionally. My thing is this. If I feel like I have something to say and I feel like I'm still rapping at a very high level, I'm going to keep doing it until I know for myself I can't do it the way that I would want to, and then I'll step away. So is that 2 albums from now, 1 album from now, 5 albums from now? I don't know. But as long as I feel like people are connecting and I'm operating at a high level, then I'm going to keep doing it until I feel like I can't do it at a high level. It's like LeBron, right? I'm sure if LeBron realized, I'm more hurting the team than helping the team, he'll walk away, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I feel like I have an obligation to help other artists come up and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So as much as I like being on stage and doing the thing, I also love being a studio rat. Like, man, nothing would make me happier if like Rich Dolphin is working on an album, or Evie, and they're like, yo, Quest, come in here. Let me hear. You have any ideas for this song? Can you contribute a hook? Do you want to songwrite or work with somebody who does R&B? Like, I love, like, the one person I'm excited about seeing is Selena Marciano at Who Wanna Rap Now. She was in rehearsal, bro. That woman can sing. Now, her stage performance, obviously, she'll need to develop that, because prior to this show, she's never been on the stage since she was 18, since high school. So, the mechanics about rocking a stage that's natural for us, isn't natural for her. But she can sing, bro. And so that's the type of artist who I would love to sit with and be like, yo, let's create some songs. Let's develop this. Let's figure this out. What do you want to do? What kind of artist do you want to do? That's the thing I enjoy, because I do it for a living. You know what I'm saying? I help kids, college kids, high school kids create music all day. I go in different schools and do that. So if I can do that for the secular world, you think I don't want to do that for the kingdom? So, you know what I'm saying? So I want to do that because I love music. I've studied it and I want to impart it. So I want to compete musically, but I also want to help build my competition. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But
I love that.
Yeah, to answer Marcus's question, like, I'm going to rock until I feel like I can't do it no more. I'm not going to put a limitation on it. You know how rappers put limitations on themselves, and it's just like, yeah, I'll retire when I'm 30, 40, whatever. Find out they're still rapping. You know? Like, I love that Black Thought is still rapping. Black Thought is 53 and he's still killing out here.
Yo,
Eminem is 52, he's still killing out here.
Listen, man,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
that's the type of time I'm on.
Yeah. Well, hip hop is not a young boy sport no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a young boy sport no more.
Lied.
Yeah, I mean, at one time, it was valid. I think you could have said, yeah, okay, I understand that, but not no more.
It was a mindset and the reason why I say it's a mindset, because it was started out something driven by youth. But then when you the rappers that were kind of like headline, and now you're seeing a rap. The thought of rapping at 40 was taboo, but now you're looking at
Right.
these rappers at 40. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You hear Method
And
Man
they
right
prime.
now in his 50.
Yep.
He
Yo.
sounds better than he did
Yes.
when he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I
to
mean?
be
He's
honest,
at peak levels.
And to be honest, that's the stuff that inspires me. That's the
Yeah.
stuff that
Yo.
gets me
Yeah.
going. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you got these rock and roll guys. Yo,
Oh,
they
don't
over
even
here
talk about that.
70, touring the 70.
Don't
But
even-
rock and roll is not a young man's.
Don't even
These
get me
dudes
started
is
with
over
that.
here going on in their 60s. Ozzy Osbourne literally did it till he died.
Die, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
And but
yeah.
when it comes out, they got to be 20-year-olds.
But it's because
You know what I'm saying?
like rock and roll's been around forever, so we get that. But
Right.
I believe that hip hop now is entering into that age where,
Mhm.
50 plus year olds, because that's when it started. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the hip hop generation. You know what I
Hip-hop
mean?
is 50.
Exactly. You know what I'm
Hip-hop is
saying?
50.
So
Hip-hop
like
is 50, yeah.
it makes total sense. So but yeah, man. Listen, it's been dope.
Good
Quest.
talking to you guys, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
I know that the event's gonna be dope on Saturday. One thing I've seen what you do with events, you organize them well, and they're executed well, and it's being it's taking place at Church City, which is the perfect venue for any Christian hip hop event.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a good vibe, man. You got a dope lineup, and it's really dope, like just to see the lineup and who you chose to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Because as you were saying earlier, New York needs these events. You know what I'm saying? It needs these kind of events, where we can pull together, galvanize the local talent, and put them on the stage and give them an opportunity to present their gift, you know what I mean, to share their gift. And also it gives them an opportunity, some of them, as you said, like with Celine, this is new to her, but now she's getting an opportunity to share her gift. And guess what? She can only get better from here. You know what I'm saying? It's about practice as well. So it's gonna be a dope vibe, man. And again, Quest, salute to you, bro, for all the work that you put in over the years, your consistency, and just being able to like reinvent yourself over the years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate you saying that. I really do
various
appreciate you
ways.
saying that. I appreciate you saying that, because the
Because
reinvention is very, not a lot of artists can easily do that, because when you get comfortable in one thing, you can't really transition. But reinvention is a very big part of how I've been able to sustain and elevate and create. So I appreciate you recognizing that. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, most definitely. I admire it, bro, because what it shows to me, it shows resilience. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, like they
Longevity,
do one thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, well, I mean, I asked myself the question the other day. All right, so what if I stop doing anything in Christian hip hop? What do you do then? You know what I'm saying? But there was a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a bunch of things where I was like, okay, well, I'll do that, and I'll do this, and I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And there's things that I'm already doing, you know what I'm saying, that have nothing to do with Christian hip hop, but I'm finding a new passion for it. You know what I'm saying? Writing film scripts. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes,
I'm
the other
excited
day,
about that for you, bro. I'm super excited about that for you, bro. I was having a writing session not yesterday or the day before, doing some writing. And it's just I'm starting to love the process. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're writing your ideas. You know what I'm saying? And I went back and changed a few things. And it's like when you see things coming together and your creative, thoughts, and it's all just starting to, you're piecing it together. It's a very exciting process, bro. So again, there's a lot of things, but again, salute to your Quest. It's not about me, it's about you tonight, bro. And it's about us all, bro. It's all about
this
us.
weekend.
It's all about us all.
Well, you're the featured guest, bro. And so we're talking about what's happening this Saturday at Church City, USA. All
wanna
roads
rap
leads.
now?
Who wanna rap
Who
now?
want to rap now? Make sure you're in the building, man. It's gonna be dope. Again, I'm gonna try to get through this shoot if these artists is playing, I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, now shut this whole joint down right now, bro. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really trying to make it out. You know, video shoots can be grueling.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? They can be grueling, you know what I mean? And then it's gonna be in the city. So then, you know, it's a whole to do. But by the grace of God, man, I want to pull up. You know what I mean? But either way, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're in the building on Saturday. All roads leads to Church City for So who want to rap now? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro. I know Richard Dolphin's cooking. You know what I mean? He acting all quiet, like he ain't got nothing in the back. I know how Richard. I know how I do.
I got something Richard Dolphin that night. I got something special for him.
All right, all right.
I got something special for him, actually. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you all for jumping on to Real Rap 100. It's been a blessing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. And listen, all roads leads to Church City, USA this weekend.
Saturday.
Saturday.
6 p.m. Don't be late. We are not the event that starts late. We are not that event. He is not a Kingdom Time. He is not a Kingdom Time event.
You know what I'm saying? They start at 6 p.m. I put the doors open 6 p.m. Showtime 8:30. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I got nothing to do with that.
Why? Because they want rap now. We want rap now.
Let's get to it.
I'm on one. Let's go.
Yes,
Word.
We cooking.
Word.
Yo, God bless y'all, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep
it 100. You already.
God bless y'all. Salute.
All right.
This is Real Rap 100. And we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus and Richard Dolphin.
But a lot of times we don't give God nothing to bless if we don't put our hands to work.
Come on, bro.
Talk that
Come
talk,
on, bro.
That's that Vanguard talk, man. I be trying to tell him, man.
You and this something, bro.
Super excited for Christian hip hop culture. The thing I love about the KCA is what I'm looking at right now is that I'm seeing growth. I told Marcus, who's the person who put this together, is that Christian hip hop feels like what hip hop felt like in the 90s, where it was indexing way higher than its investment.
This is Real Rap 100.
And every time somebody said something to me, God said, this is why I created you. I make no mistakes. I have a plan for your life. And since then, God has been using me one song at a time, one day at a time, 1 year at a time. My name is Gifted Hands.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus and Richard Dolphin.